August 1942. Deep in the unforgiving jungles of the Solomon Islands, Japanese soldiers began disappearing, not to American gunfire, but to something else. Something massive, something ancient, something inhuman. The year is 1942. With World War II in full swing, Japan's forces spread rapidly through the Pacific, occupying the Solomon Islands, a chain of tropical, mountainous landmasses northeast of Australia. Their goal? Build air bases, choke off Allied supply lines, and fortify a defensive perimeter. But they were unaware that these islands were already occupied, not by Allied forces, but by something far more terrifying. As US Marines stormed the beaches of Guadalcanal, the Japanese withdrew deeper into the unexplored jungles. But strange things began happening. Whispers of unnatural deaths, mutilated bodies, and terrified men speaking of monstrous attackers. At first, the rumors were dismissed. Then came the descriptions: towering creatures, 8 to 15 feet tall, with red eyes, thick hair, and immense strength. These were not hallucinations. They were being hunted. Locals called them giants, massive humanoid beings, not animal, but not quite human either. They carried stone clubs, spears, and moved with shocking speed through the jungle. Japanese troops claimed the giants tore their comrades apart, or worse, devoured them alive. Every night, the jungle echoed with howls and screams. Sleep was impossible, survival uncertain. Long before the war, the Solomon Islanders knew of these beings. They spoke of giants, territorial, violent, cannibalistic. Stories passed from generation to generation, warning children.
In the time of the great slumber, when the mountains were but whispers and the rivers flowed with dreams, the giants
not to venture too deep into the jungle. To the locals, the giants weren't legend. They were fact. Even today, some islanders believe they still roam the island interiors, unseen but always present. Decades later, a field archaeologist named Nicholas Cox began exploring these islands. What he found was startling. The locals didn't laugh at his questions about giants. They answered plainly, yes, they're real. Then came a story from a nearby gold mine. A dozer blade weighing several tons had broken off during jungle clearing. Left overnight, the next morning it was gone. Nearby, giant human-like footprints, 3 to 4 feet long, were found in the mud. The blade was later discovered, thrown nearly 100 meters away. Some claim these creatures are connected to the Nephilim, giants from biblical texts. Others believe they're a species of reclusive humanoids known as the Kakamora, like the Sasquatch or Yowie. But the stories persist of a woman who disappeared, then returned decades later, pregnant, claiming she had been taken by one, of tribes who waged war with the giants, and of entire villages wiped out. Not by gunfire, but by enormous, unseen predators of the jay. We may never know what truly stalked the Japanese soldiers in those jungles. Perhaps it was myth, perhaps it was fear, or perhaps the Solomon Islands are guarding a secret far older than war itself. This is Echoes of Valor, tales from the heart of war. If you found this story fascinating, consider subscribing for more forgotten legends and wartime mysteries.